Okay, this is going to show you how to add in a message board or a dynamic form that was derived from a message board that we did in week 3 exercise. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the good place for you to start is in the 102 week 3 exercise 2. There's the link to the Nearpod along with the files that we use for the message book. And here's the link to the Nearpod. And as you go through the examples here, shows you how we set up the message board in class and how to change some the link to your database. And finally, the actual message or guest book example where you can add a guest entry, edit it. So what we're going to do here is just show you, I've got a example already, finished example. I'm going to show you how I got there. One of the things I want to mention is also in the assignment, there's a link to a step-by-step of how to add your um, completed messaging module to your navigation on your website. So this how to add dynamic module to Bootstrap page and navigation. That's going to show you how to do it step by step with pictures. But I'm going to do a video here of how to do it. Here's an example of what mine looks like right now. I added a new menu called Guest Book, menu item called Guest Book. It goes right to the place in my Bootstrap. It was the exact replica of the one that we did in class. But I'm going to show you how you can manipulate it to be different. I'm going to do one for my apps and give people opportunity to put in their first name, last name, email, and then instead of app message, I'm going to put in there the app name. And I might even change these some a little bit. Might just put in there, might just use email and instead of first name, app name, and link maybe here instead of email, and then their review of the message here or the app here. So I guess what I'll end up doing is putting in here their email, app name, link to app, whether on the Droid or the iOS store, and then a description or review of the app. That's what I might do to change it up a little bit. So I'm going to go to my C9 on the completed one. What I'm going to do I've already got one for message board. I'm going to go ahead and take that. This is a code that we actually did in class. And what I'm going to do is copy this message board in C9, duplicate it. So give me a second here to download this. See if I can just copy it and paste it in there. There we go. So instead of message board, I'm going to put in there my apps. I'm going to change something. I'll start with the index.php page. And I'm going to go down to the form first. We'll start there. And instead of F name, since it's going to be just email on the first field. So we're going to do email, app name, link to app, and then description of app. So here we'll do, instead of F name, I'm going to do email. Then app name. Then I'll just put app link. And instead of message, I'm going to put app DESC for app description. So I've changed it, email, app name, app link, and app description, app DEC, DESC. My linkage is going to stay the same, my database. I am going to change the table though. Instead of people, since I already have that used on another database, or for another message, for the message board in here, I'm going to do apps. Create a table called apps. So I'm going to create table people to create table apps. Instead of people ID, I'm going to do apps ID. Instead of people underscore F name, I'm going to do apps underscore email. And then instead of L name, apps underscore app name. And then apps link is next. And then finally, apps description is last. Primary key instead of people ID is going to be apps ID. All right, and I'll even change the variable here to make sense. I'll call it apps instead of peoples. I'm going to query it. Select all from apps instead of people. That's good. It's going to stay the same. That's going to stay the same. Now let's go to the table that's down here at the bottom when the data is shown. So let's start at the top here. Instead of first name, it's going to be email. Last name is going to be app name. Third one, app link. And then the last one, app description. Let's go down to where it's blown up in the while loop. Instead of app F name or people F name, it's going to be app underscore, what's that? Email. App underscore email, app name link, and DEC. Name, which is apps email. Apps link was the third one. Apps description. And instead of people ID, it's going to be apps ID. So that should be it. I changed the form accordingly. Changed the link to the creation of the table, the script for the SQL script accordingly, and the table below. Save that. Now I'm going to go to the contact.php and change what I need to there. Didn't delete it too much there. There we go. Okay, let's make sure I got that right. Go back to my table creation. Apps email, app name, link, and description. email, app name, link. Just email, app name, link, and DSC. All right, cool. Now this one changes from F name to email. So email, app name, app link, and app DSC. Email, app name, app link, app DSC. App link, app DSC. All right, we're good there. So make sure that's right. Into apps, apps email, apps app name, apps link, apps description, and then bringing in the post from the form, email, app name, app link, app description. I think that email is going to be, okay, it's just email, good. All right, so let's go on to the edit one. Apps where apps ID equals ID. Hidden field apps ID. It's going to be email. Apps email. There's going to be app name. Email, app name, app link, app description. Link and description. Now let's confirm one more time I have the database right. Apps email, app name, app link, app DSC. Apps email, app name, app link, description. Good, now let's go to the update. Here we did echoing apps ID. I'm just copying and pasting here. Apps email. Apps name. Wrong. Name property. Alright. Need the name, not the field name. So ID, email, app name. Next one, app link. And lastly is app description app DSC. Okay, update apps. Set the apps email to email. Underscore app name. Oh, forgot to change these over here. Email. Just put name on that one. Link and DSC. So email, name, make sure again, just checking my apps email, apps app name, apps link, apps DESC. Name. I got too many apps in there. That was right. There we go. Let's just save all. I'm going to check one last time as we go through here. So, first of all, I created the change to the table. We're going to keep the form name. I didn't catch that, but let's change that just to change it. We don't have to, but why not? Apps, contact.php, well, that's where it's going to go. And then the first field should be email. Second field's app name. And so I need to change my guest book to, let's see, my apps. And then just put email, app name, app link, and app description. Alright, so I have email, app name, app link, app description, enter app description here. Apps, email, apps, app name, apps link, apps DESC for description, primary app ID, apps ID. We're going to have email, app name, app link, app description, apps email, app name, app link, app description. The edit link should go to the apps ID field, go to the edit page. Let's check the context first. Okay, apps email, apps, app name, apps link, app description, email, app name, app link, app description. It's good. Edit. It's good. App apps ID, email, app name, app, apps link. Yeah, apps link. Not apps link. And then apps, app description, just apps DESC. Okay. That one's going to go to the update. ID, email, app name, app link, app description. Bring in these variables. Okay, I've set apps email. That apps app name to name, apps link to link, apps description, or apps ID equals ID. Refresh after 4 seconds and go back to the index. Okay, let's save all and see what we're doing. See what it looks like. Alright, so good. So far so good. Before we check that, I'm going to go ahead and look at the Apache web server. PHP myadmin. Okay, there's my new table, apps. And there's the new fields. No records yet. I'll change the title to, notice it's still contacts. So let's find an app example here. Yeah, I'll use one of my apps. Let's go to iTunes. iTunes Store. I'll bring up the My Desk app. Right, and I'll get a link to that. And I will use the description here. Oh, let me copy, so I'm just going to put here virtual desk for the many hats we wear. And then let's click add. We're going to change the button from add contact to add apps. Alright, that's good there. Let's see if the edit link works. I'm going to change where to where's. Submit it. Alright, here we go, got a problem. Alright, so something's wrong in the update. So let's go back to that. So I'm going to go to the edit first. I notice this needs to be changed to my apps. Also the button add app, or add app, yeah, add app. And then the update, the PHP is not right. So let's see here. Apps email, apps app name, apps link, app description. App name, app link, app description. And let's make sure the post information. ID, email, app name, app link, app description. We have ID, email, app name, app link, app DSC. Okay. Apps, app name, link, apps description. Email, name, link, DSC, apps ID, okay. Some quotes on everything. So let's see what else is going on here. Name, email, app name, app link, DSC. Let's see what the error was. I used a variable link and it's already been assigned, so make it app link. That was it about. And it changed the text, good. So now I'm going to show you how to do, now that we have it working, is embed it into our my website. That. Okay, so far I just have the guest book in here. What I'm going to do is put underneath the guest book, I'm going to put one called I'm going to put the My Apps inside of my Bootstrap. And so I have the steps of how to do this in this link here in week 3, how to add dynamic Bootstrap to your dynamic, how to add Bootstrap navigation to your dynamic module. And so first thing you got to do is we're going to, you should rename your index.html to index.php, which I had already done on mine. Because in order for PHP to render in a page, it has to have a PHP extension. So did that. Then we'll create a folder called modules, which I've already done. I have one in there I created for messages. I did for the message board. I called it MSGP. And then I put an iframe in there for linking to that message board in my site. I'm going to create one called apps.php. So here's my modules. There's my existing one for the message board. I'm just basically going to create a new file and call it apps.php. And instead of going to the message board, I'm going to go to my apps. to the index page. 100% width, 600 height. We'll see how that works. Save it. Next thing we do is, once we've added that, is we have to go into and create a new selection in your Bootstrap index.php page to go to that new section. So here's the one I had to add for the message board here. I'm going to have to add a new one now for the apps. So I'm just going to copy that section there and go to my index.php, the site, and scroll down and find the current one for messages. There it is, the message board one. So here's my current one for message board, my new section. I'm just going to put this one right underneath that. And I'm going to call it, instead of message board, I'm just going to call it my apps. Everything else, I'm going to keep the same except for the new module name in here is apps. Make sure. What I want to direct to. Save that. Then I've got to go up to the menu area at the top of my index.php page and add a new link section for that new section class. And so that's the code for that. It's going to go to that. In this case, the one I have already goes to the message board section. I'm going to have to go to my apps section, and we'll call it my apps instead of guest book. Let's go to the top of the code here, and let me see. I'm going to put right after message board. Too many LIs in there, it looks like. There we go. It's going to go to the section called My Apps. And I'll label it My Apps. Let's do a save all. And now let's see what it looks like. There's My Apps now. It's going to go right to My Apps section. And now it's embedded in my site. So hopefully that helps you with your adding module to, dynamic module to your website.